What's up, goof off? This is a nice little ASMR action going on here with some of this water. It reminds me of Subnautica.
You never give up, do you? Good.
What's up, Casual Hero? Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. 4 months. Really appreciate it. Time to prep for that lecture on video games. Yeah, prep the lecture on what the hell's going on here. That would be a good April Fool's stream. It's Stereo. Give us a Death Stranding analysis lecture. I'm going to have to understand it myself before I could do that, but that would be interesting. Slang, hello. Welcome in. My winter break ends Tuesday. How you feeling about that? Whoa, that's the first time that that doll has been in my mouth instead of actual BB. It's a little trippy. Why is the doll there? I have a feeling that that doll is some kind of symbol, but I can't figure out what it is yet. Disappointing? Yeah, man, I hear you. It's nice to be off of school. One of those things that kind of sucks, right? Like, it's like school is great because, like, you know, you learn stuff and it opens doors, but you actually have to go to school. It's like one of those things where it's like, you know, when you work, you make money. It's better to not work, but then you don't make money. It's such a bind, man. Also, I really dislike games that tell you that it's 100% loaded while it's still loading. Like Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream and make a review. Wait, is that your next review, Anthony? What's up, Warped? Oh, here we go. It was all just a dream.
The hell? Whoa, Sam, it's me. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you.
Well, what'd you think was gonna happen?
Back east of the tar belt, your private room. You have Amelie to thank for that.
Where is she?
We don't know.
She didn't head back east?
No, but after she saw to you, she contacted HQ and left us a message.
Saying what?
I'm going to finish what Bridget started. Just that, and then... gone.
Bridget. I saw Bridget on the beach.
Sam, please. You yourself burned her body, remember? She wouldn't have remained on the beach. Couldn't have. Not even if it was her daughter's beach.
Check the logs. You've got them, don't you?
Sorry. We didn't get any of it. The only record we have is the one in your head. What else do you remember?
That guy was there too. Cliff. He took Die Hardman hostage.
The director?
That part you believe?
Well, it would explain why we haven't heard from him for so long.
Whoa, what the hell?
I always suspected him.
What are you doing, dead man?
To piece together a different narrative. Something's been bothering me, you see. We've been operating on the assumption that Higgs was controlling Cliff, but that can't possibly be correct. Because Higgs is gone, and Cliff is still causing trouble.
Which means that Higgs is working for somebody else. Which I've started to think, like, somebody had asked me, like, why is Higgs such a nihilist a while back? And that tells me that Higgs, there's something about Higgs. Okay, so you guys know that throughout this entire game, I have thought that, like, Die Hardman and Bridget are maybe not the good guys. And Amelie is starting to make me uncomfortable as well. And so something tells me that Higgs is the way he is because somebody sold him on something about all of this. And because he's somewhat nihilist, they must have given him some kind of massive hope on something to overcome some of that nihilism and find some sense of purpose. But because if you're full nihilist, like, you wouldn't really care what cause anybody else had. But yet something was able to help him overcome that. And if you guys follow what I'm saying, I don't really know what it is, but this conversation now with him saying that tells me that Higgs is working for somebody else. And the only other person I've really ever seen Higgs around is either Fragile, and that doesn't make sense, or around Amelie. And Amelie is very confusing to me because Amelie has yet to be a real. So I can't quite figure out what the deal is with her. Anyway. So just somewhat interesting to me.
You think Cliff is the mastermind?
Yes. He's likely holding Amelie and the director captive on the beach.
And that's where I'm going. Wait a minute. Where's Fragile?
She's safe here with us. But so long as you're over there, she won't be able to send you to the beach.
What?
You must understand, Sam. While you were unconscious, the situation changed quite a bit. We'll explain everything, I promise. But first, you should rest. All right?
Fuck rest.
It just did.
Going back to that beach.
What's the matter, Lou?
Lou doesn't need a break either, I take it?
See you at work. Have a good night. Sorry. You're going to be laughing when they explain it all? Why is that, goof off? The holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5, 3, sir. 3.
Sam, you helped us extend the chiral network from coast to coast.
That's
And
the
you
other
dealt
thing.
with-
Something also tells me, sorry to keep pausing this while the exposition is going on, but like I said, I've been thinking about this in between. Something tells me that me connecting the chiral network was not just for a good thing. Like something tells me that now that everything's connected, that may actually end up being bad. Like I don't know if there's some kind of virus that's going to get spread or some kind of thing where it's like, good, now that everything's connected, boom, doomsday. We're going to see. But who turned the light out? Hi, how is Death Stranding? It's amazing. I absolutely adore the game. Who? Welcome in. Also, Coil B. Thani. Thank you for that follow 3 minutes ago. Sorry I didn't acknowledge it at the moment. Who can be trusted? No one where yet, right? Chicos, everything's going to get turned on its head. I'm sure of it. What's up, CJ? How are you, man?
With Higgs, the UCA is enemy number 1. We couldn't have come this far without you. But there is still one final step. We have to swear in a
Hey,
new
you're gonna
president
love this.
and establish a functioning government.
Thanks for the follow, Who?
Only then will America be whole again.
Why don't you save that shit for someone who cares? I've done my part. Fuck America. We've got bigger problems now.
I hear you, Sam. Government is the least of our concerns at this point. Cliff has Amelie, which means there may not be anything left to govern come tomorrow. If tomorrow comes at
Are you
all.
having fun yet?
Then why aren't we out there doing something about it? I don't care what she is, only that we get her
Hey,
back.
you're
Right
gonna
you
love
are.
this.
Rescuing Amelie and averting the 6th extinction are one and the same.
Yo, whoever that was that just tipped $11. Thank you. That was incredibly kind of you. Who? Thank you for the follow. And Kaiser Maline, thank you for the follow. This is very kind of you guys. Whoever just threw that my way, that was your something else for making the merch number $666.69. Nice.
But neither will be possible unless you first come back east. We are in no position to give you orders, of course, but believe me when I say it is the only way.
Sam, everyone's here but you.
Fragile transported us back to headquarters.
You okay?
Never been better. Oh. Delivering so many people in such a short amount of time is new.
Mama. No, Lochner.
Yeah, I'm here too. Figured I should lend a hand.
We're all waiting for you, Sam.
Oh man.
No way in hell am
Stuff's
I
about to go
hauling
down.
myself all the way back there. Come on, Fragile. Let's do this.
I can't, Sam. And not just because I'm a wreck. It isn't safe to use the beaches to move people anymore.
Chiral spikes have become far more frequent.
Possibly as a result of expanding the network nationwide. Too many beaches sharing the same space, wires get crossed, and so forth. You can see the toll it's taking on the network itself.
With things the way they are, it's too dangerous to risk jumping through beach.
I'm literally gonna have to walk my
Even if
ass
I
back
reach a
across the
beach,
country.
There's no telling where I'll come out on the other side. And I could get stuck in there. That's why I can't go to you either. But if I could get to the entrance of the beach, I should be able to get you there.
The beaches are still there after all. I can personally attest to that.
So yeah, you will need to hold yourself all the way back here. But once you have, I promise I'll take you to Amelie.
Her name is Fragile
Straight
Who,
to her
yes.
beach.
The two of you share a very special connection. Your dreamcatcher, her Kipu. They are no mere trinkets. They are singular, irreplaceable totems, embodiments of your shared memories. Two sides of a coin. The price of entry to her beach. Dreamcatchers are a product of Native American tradition, that of the Ojibwe people, to be precise. They were said to ward off nightmares, to alter one's dreams. If Dooms is indeed Amelie's gift to us, her shared dream of our future, perhaps your totem is an invitation to change it. A test, challenging you to find hope amid their hopelessness. While we await your return, I'll search the beach for Amelie and the director. I doubt my ties to them are strong enough, but better that than sitting around doing nothing.
I'll see if I can't find something in the records on the three of them. Maybe they're more connected than we know.
We're waiting for you. The way home should be easier, right? Hurry back east. You already know the way. And when you get here... Oh,
Always offering up those worms for me.
Finders keepers. Now, get out of there and make sure you head east towards Lake Knot City. There's no cargo to deliver this
The
time.
great PSA, Vex.
Or rather,
Good to see you,
are
by the way.
Cargo. That's the mission.
Tree hugger. Hello, sir.
Gross.
All right. So I got to deliver myself to the east. We're going on a long walk. Long walk. I'm doing well, Frody. I had a good day today. Was able to relax a bit. It was nice. But I'm doing well. I'm a bit surprised that the Ravens lost to the Titans. It was a hell of a game. For those of you that care about NFL football. We're going to say, is this one last shower? Is this the last time we're showering together here? Yeah, the Titans did win again. All right. I'm in the table. Let's put on our trusty glasses. Wish my shower had a blow dry system. How awesome would that be? You get done with your shower and then you just, it's like a car wash where you just get dried off. It'd be great. Maybe that's what we have to look forward to in the future is better showers. Is perversion human nature? Phew. Dude, I don't know that I don't know the answer to that. That's a hell of a question. I mean, it's certainly part of the like human experience, I guess, for some. But man, that I don't know that I could answer that. Vex, thank you for that. $5. I appreciate that. This is very kind of you. Dessa, welcome in. I want a shower like that, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Yeah, thank you, Chico. Like, you need to define what you mean by that, Titan. All right. My next place will definitely have one of those multi-head shower systems. Oh man. I have one of my aunt and uncles have that type of shower system, and it is so awesome. I just want good water pressure wherever I end up living. Guys, we're more than 2/3 of the way to the merch now.
This child is special.
Bridget.
One of a kind.
A BB candidate.
Either that or
A sacrifice.
I was able to meet IRL with a streamer who has supported my channel from the very beginning, like you, Doc. Whoa! Ooh, Tree Hugger. And I am absolutely shooting for TwitchCon 2020. I hope to be there. And if you're there, we're definitely going to have a beer together, man. Bridget wearing Die Hartman.
a foundation.
I don't quite understand the significance of this mask yet. They have not explained what's up with the masks yet, no. Alrighty. You will understand when you see under the mask, okay. She was just talking to the baby. So that was a memory of BB's. I had all the roads built and boosted one of the bikes back the whole way, and it still took forever. The environment is messed up right now. That's fine. I mean, I'm fine with the walk because yeah, like I got no issue with that. So I'm going to have to go all the way to probably there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not worried about it. It's all good. Because this is now where we can chat while I walk. This is the best part of the game. Right? You get a little rain sound.
Sam, it's Hartman. Be advised that chiral density in regions predisposed to strandings has increased dramatically. No doubt the beach is to blame. BTs drawn into our world under these circumstances may be affected in unpredictable ways.
All right, well, this will be interesting. All right, oh man, how this is super relaxing. Also, why do I not have my otter helmet anymore? That's a little disappointing. You matter too, Tree Hugger. I would love to have a meetup someday, whether it was TwitchCon or whatever, to be able to meet lots of you. It'd be pretty cool. Then I'd have a face to put to the chat name. A group hug emote. I know. That. You know what? That reminds me. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put a poll up this week about the next emote slot because I have I think 2 emote slots. So I got to figure out what we're gonna go with. Group hug would be cool. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, we got a long walk ahead. It's probably gonna rain the entire way.
What the hell should I do now?
What the hell should I do now?
It's no use.
That's what I meant when I said long walks. The emotional could be of you hugging Coconut Man. Group hug maybe on me. What do you mean, Tree Hugger? Can Sam skip? That would be hilarious if he could. No. Hey, you're welcome, Asdi. Oh, man. I always forget how to pronounce that, whether it's... I think it's tinnitus, I think. Tinnitus is brutal, man. So glad the stream can help. Also, this music. Tinnitus? Ah, see, I never knew if it's tinnitus or tinnitus. So, good to know. Oh, this is like a meditation right now. So relaxing.
Listen to what I say. Keep it
Yeah, the tomato thing.
design of mine. Remember when
I don't even have one of those, like, I need to figure out how to get I need to go somewhere that I can put on a skeleton, which means that I probably should go toward the paleontologist, which is exactly what I'm going to do, because I gotta get one of those exoskeletons on. I'm kind of the same way, Frody. I don't really like being outside. Well, like, I don't mind being outside, but like, I don't like camping and stuff and hiking. That's not really for me. Just virtual hiking with Sam. That's right, Sky. I'm sure mountain climbing is fun. It's just not for me. One, I hate bugs, so that's part of why I hate being outside. Bugs just I just want to sit somewhere in a forest and read a book. That works too. Bugs bug me. Yes, they do. Go figure. Bugs. I don't have access to plumbing. I don't know. Just that kind of stuff. Not great for me.
Pathetic. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm heading back east.
I had a bad experience when I was in Boy Scouts too one time with the lack of plumbing thing. So that's another reason why I'm not into not having access. It's a story I'll end up telling someday, probably. See, so 8,000, I never know how many steps to make as a goal for the day. Oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna run around these guys. Camp every morning. I would get up before the others and read my book on the steps of the chalet cabin, but with flaps for walls. I'm assuming it's pronounced chalet, right? There are these inflatable clear rooms that you could use. Take a lounge chair. Ah, that sounds awesome. Just like insulate myself inside of a makeshift bubble. Oh, good. I just ran directly into the camp. That was good. That's smart. That's smart. We're gonna go ahead and just book it. Oh boy. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh hey man, don't mind me. I'm just a postman. Don't worry about it. Oh boy. That's kind of what it feels like, Scott. Just screaming while I run down the hall. Where's that calming music? Here I'm talking about calming music and it being meditative, and then all of a sudden I have to run through a freaking mule camp. Hiking a mountain is fun. View is awesome. The blisters and sore muscles are worth it. Man, see, blisters doesn't sound fun for me, SD. But you know, to each their own, right? Like, I like to hike in video games where I can sit here on my ass. That's, yeah, right. So we blame the mules, man, for being super intense. I need to go. Well, I guess we're going to the biologist. It's a shame that it doesn't take. It's a shame that it doesn't take this long to run across country now. See, Skog, that's what I'm all about. Give me that kind of campsite. How long do you think you can eat hot Cheetos every day and sit on my ass before that catches up with me? I don't know, Chico. I've been doing it for 8 years now. I was introduced to the DrMick way of eating Cheetos, yeah, about 8 years ago. So, I don't know. Time will tell. There is only one way to find out. Just living my life. I actually had hot Cheetos today. But 30 is coming. I know. February 9th, I will officially enter the 4th decade of my life. And that feels really weird. I know I'm still just a baby. Everybody says that 30s are better than 20s. Everybody says, oh man, you thought your 20s were good, 30s where it's at. Which, I mean, honestly, early 20s, I could take it or leave it. You're kind of a dumbass when you're in your early 20s. And then you get to your late 20s and you start to realize that early 20s you're a dumbass. And then you get to 30 and then it's kind of like, oh, all right. I knew nothing in my 20s. I mean, I was all over my place too. You're not if you're in your 20s right now and you're watching this, I'm not calling you a dumbass. But it is one of those things where it's like,
Sam, do you copy? I've been looking into Clifford.
ooh, all right, we're learning a little bit about Clifford.
To recap, Unger was a U.S. Special Forces operative whose retirement roughly coincided with the Death Stranding. After he left the service, he somehow became involved in the early BB experiments. However, he died before they ended. Now, while the circumstances surrounding his death are not entirely clear, I'm beginning to suspect that these battlefields of his are at least partially sustained by his enduring emotional attachments.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the BB experiments. That much seems clear given his repeated attempts to steal Lou. Cliff seems to be driven by a compulsion to reclaim our BB, as if that will make him whole again. A compulsion so powerful that he was not only able to drag himself from the depths of hell, but bring a piece of that hell along with him. One thing's for sure, he's nothing like a BT. We need to know the whole story about his death and his connection to the BB experiments. I'll keep digging and let you know what I find, Sam.
Ah, that's cool. So his enduring emotional attachments are what make him able to just keep traversing time and space in the way that he is. That's neat.
Keep on keeping up. Beginning scan.
Shirna, thank you for the host.
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain hot until departure.
But yeah, just to be clear, I'm not calling 20-year-olds in here or before 20-year-olds dumbasses. I'm just saying that I'm guessing that you will get to your late 20s and probably say the same thing I did, which is I knew nothing in my early 20s. About myself even. Like, 27 or yeah, 27 was a big year for me in terms of like self-understanding. That was where I really had to come to terms with a lot of parts of myself. And I'm glad that I did. By the way, we're walking this whole thing. I'm not gonna take like transportation or cars. We're doing this the old-fashioned way, the way the pioneers would want it. Carry on my back. Carry on my back. Whip. There we go. You will get to your late 30s and realize you need to make amends to life. We'll see. I have a feeling that that's not going to be an I told you so, Chico, but if it is, I'll be sure to own up to that. So much of the years up until like 25 or so are so much about academic learning that it really isn't until after that we learn about life experiences in most cases. Well, yeah, exactly. I was in school all the way from when I was 5 years old until I was 27. I never took a year off. And then the real world comes around and you're like, oh, okay. What's up, Ocho? And hello, Nix. Good evening. Oh, God. More avalanche. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. What's up, Puentes? Welcome back. Good to see you again. Did that coaching up to the real world include much pop culture you missed? Huh. I don't know, Tree. Like, I don't know that I'd say that. Like, I tried to make sure that school was not, I'm a work to live kind of person, not a live to work. So, like, I would always, even when I was in school, try to stay up to date on the things that I cared about. Although a lot of pop culture stuff I don't really care too much about, but I tried to stay in the know about as many things as I could because it also helps as a therapist to be able to connect with people. Where are you in the game geography-wise? I am currently traversing the Rocky Mountains, basically. Like, if this was the U.S., this is California. I went through Nevada. Now we're going to go through the Rocky Mountains. We're going to come up here into, like, the Great Plains-ish area, and then we're going to go to the East Coast. I haven't quite figured out how we're going to get to the East Coast, though. Yeah, see, I could imagine it did, Tree Hugger. Like, yeah, it didn't quite feel like being in school was like being in the military in that way. What are we, chopped redwoods? Probably. It's probably exactly how it is. Also, how awesome is that aurora? Gorgeous. Hello, Sebastian. How are you, sir? I do know about the holy hand grenade. And thus they feasted on breakfast cereals. I still want to know what breakfast cereals they feasted on. There was, so Chico, when I was in 6th grade in Northwest Indiana, there was one night, I think it was in a November of, so I would have been what, like November of 2002-ish, I guess. The Northern Lights were actually visible in Northwest Indiana. And I remember it because I came out of my weekly Boy Scout meeting and you could see the aurora up in the sky. It was really cool. Doing bad, but I'm floating. Well, despite doing bad, Sebastian, I'm really glad that you're here. I'm sorry you're not doing so hot. I hope maybe hanging out with us helps a little bit. Bloody, my man. I'm doing well. How are you doing this evening? This game has an incredible soundtrack. It really does. I love it so much. Also, if you're somebody who is just browsing Death Stranding, trying to figure out who to watch, hi. Welcome in. Thanks for giving me a shot. I appreciate that all of you are here tonight, this late on a Saturday evening. It's wonderful to be able to just kind of hang out and spend some time together. Listen to some music, traverse the mountains. Is it also on Apple Music? I actually don't subscribe to Spotify, goof off. I have Apple Music. Computer part research for building a PC is so stressful. It sure can be, Atomic. It sure can be. What are you stuck on? Not well. My best friend is in the hospital with an aneurysm. Oh my God. That's scary stuff, bloody. Ooh. Aneurysms are scary. Like the fact that they just kind of show up and you can't really predict them. Oh. What has your experience been with Apple Music on the PC versus Spotify? Apple Music absolutely blows on PC. It's very clear that Apple stopped caring about supporting Windows and PCs because iTunes for PC is utter trash. But I have an iPhone and I prefer Apple Music on iPhone as opposed to Spotify, and that's where I do most of my music listening. So, but I would say Spotify is by far a better like PC app than Apple. Oh my God. Let me check, but I'm not sure. Spotify is free though. There's a pay service for it with no ads and higher quality streams. Yeah, my wife uses Spotify. I do not. He went to the hospital with a fever of 103 and they found it a few hours ago. Dude, honestly, that's a big deal that they found it. Because like, whew, my whole family actually attempts. Let's see. Can we say blows here? Yeah, we can say that. You can say whatever you guys can say whatever you want in chat. I just try to avoid saying the F word if I can, but you guys say whatever you want. But bloody, I wish the best for your friend. I hope that the fact that they were able to intervene is going to end up having saved his life, because aneurysms kill. Like, just they don't care. Awesome. Thank you, Goof Off. You don't like saying fudge? I say the F word all the time when I'm not on stream. I just like to keep it somewhat clean here. I say everything but that. Sometimes I drop the F-bomb though, which is why we have the swear jar. Frickety frack. Yeah, there we go. We can find alternative F words to use. Very nice of them during this long journey to give us music to listen to. See, now that there's all this crazy activity in the US, now that I connected the chiral network, it makes me think that connecting the chiral network was bad. What the squirt? Yeah, there we go. I jumped again this past week. I was told I jumped 2 levels in anxiety and 1 up in depression, all because I was with the fam. This was with friends before the last session of 2019. My scores are manageable. Wait, which scores are you referring to, Sebastian? Tree Hugger, thanks for those bits, dude.
Verifying ID.
I appreciate it.
Clear. All weapons will remain locked.
All right, do I go the long road? Or do I go... Let's go up through... Let's go this way.
Welcome, Sam.
Because I feel like it. I don't feel like climbing the mountains. I haven't walked through this part in quite a while. It's quiet. Too quiet. Be careful, it's a trap. Dude, tree hugger. My man. Thank you for gifting those 5 subs. Katie, Blanket, Putt Dog, Finding an MEB. Enjoy your subscription so that you no longer have to watch ads for my channel. Courtesy of the one and only incredible, kind, fabulous human being, Tree Hugger. Whom you may say sits on one end of the spectrum, and Gecko, who I'm just now seeing in my chat, sits on the other. Gecko, how are you, sir? I just... Do you actually hug trees? Of course. Well, who trees deserve love too. As Tree Hugger's name reminds us. Anthony, I don't know if you answered my question earlier and I just missed it, but did you eat the hot Cheetos yet? I need to know the reasons why you give it a 10 out of 10. My therapist gives me this assessment type thing at the end of every session. Oh, okay. You're saying Gecko steals subscriptions? The subscription sniper. More rain. Here we go. Go ahead and change that category to ASMR. You guys want me to just like slowly chew something while we listen to the rain? Would you guys like me to masticate on stream? I had a conversation with someone yesterday about how for queer people there's an experience of mourning mixed with celebration upon accepting their identity. It's really interesting to view the idea of self-acceptance through that lens, and I'm not sure if there's a clear way to explain that process to someone that they themselves is not queer. Well, you know what I find interesting about that also staircase is that exists in part because of living in a heteronormative world, right? Like the idea that you have this identity that has to go through a process of being accepted suggests that you live in a you could say, I guess, society or whatever that inherently does not accept that. Thus, you have to do the work on your own to find acceptance for that. Whereas like somebody who is not necessarily queer, or I guess you could just say like is in the dominant group, in this case like heterosexual, that they don't have to go through that process because that's just inherently part of the process of like you don't ever have to think about it. There's sort of a privilege in that. So there's not much to grieve because throughout your entire life you've had so much representation of your identity and it's been so just ingrained within the way that the culture is that that process in and of itself doesn't exist. Maybe you do, Gecko. Is that the whole thing? You're the foil here? Masticate means chew, by the way. If you didn't know, if anybody in here was like, what the hell did I just hear DrMick say? Silent Booty, thank you for the host. How do you eat the hot Cheetos? I think I missed what you said that one day. So, Brody, what you got to do is you got to take your bag of Cheetos. You got to squirt lime juice all over them. So much so that you get a nice thin layer on the bottom of the Tupperware. And then you sprinkle a seasoning called tahini on them. And it'll blow your freaking mind how good it is. You'll understand why I eat hot Cheetos every other day when you do it. The comparison I made was grieving the death of a loved one at the same time celebrating a birth. Right, but what's fascinating about that staircase is even within that is the idea that you have to grieve what could have been like a heteronormative identity, right? Like that's something that has to be grieved when it's not there, which is, I find to be so odd. And I guess that's what I mean in terms of it being the product of the fact that like we live in such a heteronormative society that that somehow it's been created that you have to grieve it if you're not part of it. Whereas some, I think now it's becoming more and more the case where the celebration starts to override some of the grieving because of how much representation is starting to be out there. Gene, I'm doing very well. Welcome in. This is an amazing game. I absolutely adore it. Probably my game of the year 2019. Also, KWN, hello. Putting lime is way better than the actual lime hot Cheetos. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I actually prefer putting lime on normal Cheetos than putting lime on the lime Cheetos. The lime Cheetos taste a little weird. That is honestly, Sebastian, I think that's what makes January such a rough month. Is December for a lot of people, you get to take time off of work and you kind of go away and people forget, like they basically just forget about work, and then they got to go back in January, and I think a lot of people struggle with that. Oh god, keep running, Sam. Oh my god, this is so stressful. Why did I go this way? Holy hell. Would you ever do a stream with Casual Hero? It would depend on what we play, but I mean, I'm up for doing streams with other streamers. Or what we would do. I agree. It came out too late for the year to be really recognized for the masterpiece that it is. I just find it fascinating how polarizing it is, to be honest, Jeannie. Like, the fact that people either seem to really love it or really hate it. I don't know that I've met too many people that are like meh about it. I was sitting in a break the other day. I was telling my friend about the hot Cheetos thing, and this woman at the next table lit up and said, "Oh my god, it is so good." I nearly fell on the floor laughing. She knows where it's at, Chico. I'm not the only one in the world who has found the light. We ourselves simultaneously celebrating death and birth. We mourn the loss of who we thought we were, who we thought we should have been, and at the same time we celebrate discovering who we are always meant to be. That's a really awesome quote, Staircase. Honestly, it's beautiful. For a little bit, I was thinking you were talking about parents grieving their queer kids, like not having hetero lives, because that shit is rough too as a queer kid. Oh god, yeah. I had an emotional breakdown at work. Just lost control and had to be told to go take a 5. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you find it in you to be kind to yourself about that, Sebastian. It happens sometimes. So I'm going to be interviewed live in a few weeks, and I'm really nervous. What do you do before a big day to prepare mentally? Long walks, meditate? You must have some very big days getting your... Big or bad? Tree Hugger, what are you being interviewed about? / where are you being interviewed? Blankets. Hello. Yeah, I'm curious about what the interview is and like what capacity. Preparing mentally, public speaking's different for different. Oh, okay. Your experiences with grief and suicide. So I know for me, if it's ever about something personal, Tree Hugger, I always try to imagine, not necessarily like what's the worst thing that could happen, but like what's the most realistic worst thing that could happen.
Sam,
and this is actually good. So like recognizing that you're going to be talking about something that is super emotional, right? So if you go into that type of scenario saying, I shouldn't be emotional, I think that sets you up for problems because it's going to be emotional. So I think it's really like connecting with the fact that like it's going to be something emotional to talk about. Or if it's like a topic or something, right? Like you will all inevitably get a question that you may not be able to answer, and being ready for that. And Jeannie, I am actually a therapist. I am a licensed licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of Illinois, and I have a PhD in human development. I know I don't look like a therapist, but part of the reason that I do this stream is because I'm trying to make mental health information more accessible to people who might not otherwise have the information, and that's why I do this. So I don't do therapy on stream. But I do talk about mental health, therapy, psychology, all sorts of stuff. Because, yeah, and I have a Discord community that goes along with this that has some more information, and my YouTube has daily mental health tidbits that come out. But my entire goal is to bring good information to the Twitch community and try to destigmatize therapy, make it seem like it's not such a scary thing. Also, the snow's finally letting up. Look at that. You can see the skyline now a little bit. Lori, thank you very much for those bits. Do you ever teach about terminal agitation?
Look at all those moats.
What do you mean by that, Lori? I don't know that I've ever heard that phrase before.
Paid today.
Warp, thank you for the bits. But yeah, Tree Hugger, I think it's preparing for what is it that could come my way. And not so much content-wise, but more how do I anticipate feeling and what am I going to tell myself with that? If it's something that's really sensitive for me. So when I get emotional, here's what I will do, as opposed to here's do everything I can not to get emotional. I hope that makes sense.
It's about the BP experiments, their true purpose. According to official records, they were continued in secret on the order of President Strand.
It's a south-facing window staircase. I live on the north side of the city.
Supposedly with the primary objective of developing BT detectors and preventing void-outs. Any advancements that could be applied to the fields of chiral communications and beach research were meant to be of purely secondary benefit. But it turns out that's just a cover story.
Hi, Tally.
The truth is, Sam, BBs were originally conceived as catalysts for the operation of the chiral network. They're integrated into the infrastructure of not cities for that very reason. Every single one you've brought into the fold.
Right, exactly, Tree Hugger. So it's one of those things, right? It's not a if I do, it's a when I do, what will my self-talk be? That kind of thing. Is it going to be on Twitch? Like, is that where the interview is going to be? All the not cities have BBs. That's what that's how kind of what I read there.
It was probably Amelie herself who installed them as she moved west with the first expedition, carrying out her mother's grand plan, making sacrifice after
She's Bridget's
sacrifice
daughter.
on the altar of progress. President Strand told the people what they wanted to hear and did what she thought had to be done. Also, America could be whole again. But I'm starting to wonder if it didn't cost her her soul. The chiral network is our greatest creation, our proudest achievement, and our guiltiest sin. I don't know how to feel about it all. Maybe if we knew more about Cliff and the BB experiments, we'd be better placed to judge. I'll be in touch.
So it's actually kind of cool that he just said that. Whenever people say, I don't know how to feel about that, think about that phrase for a second. I don't know how to feel about that. Suggests that you're cognitively trying to determine how do I want to decide to feel about this thing. But when people say things like that, that usually negates the fact that, like, he does feel a certain way about it and that it's a good idea to check in. I'd rather not, like, promote it. On another stream, I will announce it in Discord. Okay, that's totally fine, Tree Hugger. Totally fine, dude. I'm just excited for you. And I know it'll go well. But I'd love to watch it. If you're, you know, into the idea of, like, me and others watching it. Feelings are predetermined. Not that they're predetermined, so more just like, you know, at any given time, you have some level of emotional experience about something. Even if it's just like, I don't know, calm, I guess you could say, or like I'm accepting, like, well, accepting is not necessarily a emotion, but like,
All weapons will remain locked until departure.
it's just like whenever somebody says that, they are feeling something about it. Oh, time to switch to our speed walkers. There you go, Tally. So he does know how he feels about it, or he feels something about it. He just hasn't identified it, but doesn't consciously agree with how he feels. Right. So there's like this internal judgment that people will sometimes place on their emotional experience. Or there's an idea that's built into that basically says, I'm supposed to feel a certain way about this, as if people have control over their feelings. Which we don't. And that's totally fine, right? Like if it's like, I don't know how to name my emotional experience right now, that's one thing. If somebody says, I don't know how to feel about it, again, it suggests that a person should have to select how they feel about something. Are you going to play Star Fox on your birthday? I'm considering it, Anthony. I know I've talked about doing that. I think it would be fun. Aren't we taught like girls feel like this, boys feel like that? This situation, you certainly can be. I know I was, Chico. Parents used to tell me when I was a kid, you can't blame anyone else for making you upset because only you allow others to make you feel that way. I tend to disagree with that. People do things that will make you feel a certain way, but you can't necessarily like... You could certainly say that what a person did elicited an emotional experience. There's that. But really, the decision that you have to make is what you're going to tell yourself about that and how you're going to engage in the interaction. Red. Hello there. It's a red raid. Hi, Red. Hello, people who were just enjoying the lovely and incredibly talented Red Rots. Welcome in. If you've not met me before, I'm a huge fan of Red Rots, but I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist in the state of Illinois with a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where I talk about therapy and mental health and psychology and all sorts of cool stuff in an effort to destigmatize it and make information more accessible to people. And I play video games while I do it. So we're playing Death Stranding, if you've ever heard of that. I just hit my mic. I apologize for that. But welcome in, Raiders. Dave, hello. Misplaced moniker, hello. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Red, how was your stream, Red? Grief would be a good example of I don't know how to feel. You're supposed to feel and act a certain way and be normal, but that's not straightforward. People have conflicts and feelings that are not always normal. Well, that's, yeah, like you're grieving how you're grieving. It's, I don't know necessarily how to engage with it, I think would be the better language, but we don't teach people how to have that kind of language around their emotional experience. So it's understandable why people say these things. I'm not like giving Deadman a hard time for the fact that he said that. It's just I've become increasingly interested in language as a therapist in the way that our language is a reflection of our experience or kind of what's going on for us, and how language really can make a huge difference in the way that we conceptualize our own world and our own experiences. But Red, welcome aboard, and thank you for being here. It's nice that we didn't do that thing where one of us raided while the other one was gonna raid, and we're both technically going offline, and then we don't know what to do, and we do that awkward like, ooh. And Shalua, holy hell. Hello there. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Shalua. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist. Game Sessions with a Therapist, where I play games and talk about mental health and all sorts of fun stuff. If you guys all just came in with Shalua and don't know who I am and haven't met me before, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Shalua. I really appreciate it. Pretty sure that's happened at least twice now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has too, Red. Like we're apparently on the same kind of schedules. Shalua, how was your how was your stream? By the way, y'all, you should check out both Red Rots and Shalua if you get a chance to do that. If I have a mod in here who could give a shout out, that would be awesome. If not, I'll do that in a second. But how was your stream? Clouder raid. Shalua, what is Clouder? Yeah, Red Rots and Shalua with the raids tonight. Very kind of you to send your communities my way. I really appreciate that. Like, seriously. And if you're sticking around through the raid, thank you very much for giving me a shot. Tally, I got your message, by the way. Just so you know, I read it. I'm aware. Zeph, hello. Ooh, okay, I almost just ran down that chasm. Start stream just to raid. I wasn't able to connect to chat for my raid? Really? That's weird.
You never give up, do you? Good.
Clouder is a group of cats. Oh, neat. I didn't know that. And I'm a cat person. Well, thank you for the sub, Shalua. 5 months is very kind of you. I appreciate the love. Tree hugger, man. 5 more gifted subs to Sebastian, Swayton, Toon Girl, Bracken Cloud, and Penguin. Thank you very much, dude. You are so kind and generous to do that. I really appreciate it, man. Enjoy those subs. All right, Red. Have a good evening. Sleep well. Thank you for the raid. Seriously.
Hey, you're gonna love it.
Uncommon username. Thank you for the follow. Red, thank you for the sub. Holy shit, we got a hype train incoming now. Shit's bananas.
Sam, he's our man.
This is the first time I've seen the hype train. We had one last night too, and I had never seen it before. Apparently it started yesterday. I will never be able to repay the support you've given me. Oh, but Tree Hugger, the fact that you do what you do and the type of person you are, I'm so glad to know you. You're doing good stuff too, man. I'm so happy that we crossed paths. Isn't that, like, you guys ever think about that? Ever think about that? That Twitch and just the internet has given this platform or space where all of us have crossed paths, and 20 years ago this never would have happened. Like, we literally are all hanging out in this space, have had a chance to meet each other and see how cool each other are. And it's all around the fact that, like, I'm just literally sitting here playing a video game and we're talking, and so many amazing people have now met each other as a result of that. By the way, for anybody who is new in here right now, I do have a Discord channel. I know that everybody on Twitch asks you to join their Discord, but the Discord channel is almost 600 people strong. It grows every day. There's lots of supportive, wonderful people in there, and resources, and just all sorts of neat stuff. Vent channels, support channels, etc. You should totally check it out because all these amazing people are there while I'm offline. Also, my YouTube channel has daily mental health tidbits if you're into that. We're noon every day. You can get a little brief 30-second to minute 30-second tip that's mental health related. But great to have you all here, seriously. I had to pop in from Lurk to say, yeah, dude, blows my mind every single day. Seriously, it's ridiculous. Like, I've met so many incredible people through Twitch and, like, fellow streamers and stuff that I never would have otherwise met. And it's incredible. Like, you're basically throwing a 70-person house party right now, right? And it's like all of you are sitting in the living room watching me play Death Stranding. Like, that's really what it feels like. It's like I'm sitting here playing Death Stranding and all of you guys are you're just sitting here chilling. Chilling in the living room. KWN, thank you very much for gifting that sub to Jenna. It's very kind of you to do. Wanted to continue the hype. Well, that's very kind of you to do. Thank you. Thank you. Now you guys get to have some coconut men next to your names. I have news. Last chemo done. 6 rounds and I'm doing okay. Just tired. Long way to go, but I beat it. Staircase, thank you for the gifted sub, but holy hell, can we get cheers in chat for Tally? Tally, that's huge. Huge. And I know there's a long way to go, but holy hell. It's been a hell of a journey. Cheers up for Tally, man. That's awesome. Yeah, no kidding, Skog, with the zine raids. That is awesome. I met people whose ideals and beliefs and attitudes help me become a better person, right? Like, you get to hear so many different perspectives on things. You get to just see so many people that are really trying to use the platform to do good. You know, when this was Justin TV and it was out and everybody's like, oh, it'd just be cool to have people be able to watch video games. And then to see so many people who have now used the platform for other purposes to, you know, not just me, but like so many other people to like talk about their experiences and facilitate communities for people who might be struggling to feel a sense of belonging in other places. Like, it's incredible stuff. Yeah, look at like things like exactly, Scott. Wait, what? Somebody said 25 million? Crazy. Well, Tally, it's been an honor to be part of the journey, and I'm so glad that it's a journey that is going well so far. This is a really... You received level 2 hype train emote. Nice. Just wanted to say hello. This is my first time here. You seem like a wonderful person with a charming personality. Well, Conspiracy, that's very kind of you to say. I'm really glad that you're here and that you gave me a shot. Doing my best. By the way, this is a really great chance as I'm walking through here to say to all of you who are in here right now, whether you're like lurking, whether you were browsing the Death Stranding thing and we're like, hey, I'll check this dude out, or whether you've been here for a long time, I'm really glad that all of you are here. I know it's very late on a Saturday evening or early on a Sunday morning, depending on where you're at. And I'm really grateful that you're here, that you're spending some time with me, and that you're engaging with each other and being the wonderful people that you are. So, seriously. Cheers to all of you for being here. You are awesome. What's up, No Entertainment? Today is actually Death Stranding. We're making the trek back east. I know yesterday just ended up being just chatting. It's really calming being here, and I love it. Right? It's one of the things that makes this place cool. But see, the place. This is a cool space because of all of you. Like, I know I facilitate the space, right? I play the games. I'm the one who's chatting with all of you. But the fact that you guys are so respectful and kind to each other, and you guys are what keep this going in the way that it has. If you were all assholes to each other, it's what the worry. Can anyone name the song playing in the game? Oh, it puts it up on the screen, but I missed it. Every song that's played in this game has been awesome. One of the best communities on Twitch. That's very kind of you to say. Seriously. Doing my best. I will say I can't give any details, but I'm going to give you, because so many of you are here, I'll give you a little tease that I have a really, really incredible opportunity coming up for some pretty significant support of the stream. And some really cool stuff might be happening as a result of that. I'm not going to overhype it, but there's some cool stuff coming my way. So if you like the space, just know that I'm doing a lot behind the scenes to try to make this something that is like really big and cool and awesome. We have a lot of just chatting a lot lately because chat has been on point. Yeah, it's no, seriously. That's what's wonderful about having so many people in here, Wolfer, is that like then the chat goes in so many directions because there's like everybody's got questions or like a new thing that they're wondering, or we go in all these different directions and people give their input, and I love it. It's fabulous. It's what's so cool about having so many eyeballs on the stream right now. I'm happy that I could see Sam today. Yesterday was my birthday and kind of a dark one. Oh man. Well, I'm glad I could bring him to you today, Entertainment. Happy belated birthday. I should sleep sometime soon. If you need to go to bed, that's totally cool, Sebastian. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself. No, it's not, Skog. Oh, God, I need to get back about that. But no, it is not that. It's something else. Did you decide on the mental health problem you're eliminating from the world? Yeah, depression, Gecko, is the one that I chose. Yeah, we'll see, Tree Hugger. We'll see if that ever comes to pass. But it is pretty cool. Yeah, what? I'm sitting at what? 80 concurrent right now? That's pretty neat. Cubs. Oh my God. That'd be something else, Asdi. Yeah, hi, we're the Chicago Cubs. We'd like to sponsor game sessions with a therapist. You should check your in-game messages. There's a special one that you're about to come up on running this direction. Is it the pizza guy? Last night, a new wave of protests rose in Tehran. People are way too angry and depressed. I can imagine that it's... I don't want to say the word mess, but I can imagine that it's quite tense over there. Hey, it's the pizza guy. By the way, for those who... Okay, so for what I'm about to read, for those of you who aren't familiar with what's happening in-game with this guy, I've delivered multiple pizzas to this dude. And every time I deliver the pizzas, he's never there to actually grab them. I put them on the tray, and then it goes into his thing, and he doesn't ever... I never see him. And the first time it happened, I actually got really pissed at him for it. So I'm going to read this note, because this guy is fascinating to me. My dear Mr. Sam Bridges, allow me to express my deepest gratitude for the pizza you have brought me. I will forever cherish the memory of each and every one you so kindly delivered to my doorstep. Alas, there is a singular blemish upon our relationship, a singular regret that weighs upon my soul. Cryface. It concerns the one wish you so cruelly failed to grant me. The one wish you so cruelly failed to grant me. I speak, of course, of my delivery from Lake Knot City to South. I will readily admit that I am not one to forgive and forget, and this flaw compels me not to allow you to forget either. Consigning my package to the bottom of a tar lake instead of seeing it to its intended destination was an unconscionable act, hardly befitting of a professional porter. For shame, Skull. But let us not cry over spilled milk. Isn't that what you're doing? If you would do me one final favor, I have faith I can find it in my heart to forgive you. You must know in yours what I am about to ask, yes? Pizza, pizza, pizza. Look again at the messages that Peter Englert has sent. The instructions are quite clear. Furthermore, as an expression of goodwill, I have unlocked the entrance to my private quarters. You may peruse my secrets to your heart's content. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, Higgs Monahan. What? We are absolutely going up to that house to see what the hell's going on. No wonder he pissed me off so much. Let's deliver one last pizza and ransack his place. I'm down. You've been delivering pizzas to the guy you were fighting in the last stream I saw you. Apparently, Dave.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons.
This is Death Stranding, tree hugger.
All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter.
Wow. That is actually hilarious, because what was so funny about that was that it pissed me off so much when he wasn't there. I traversed, like, seriously, delivering those pizzas was no small feat. And I remember the first time being like, what the hell? And then he sent me an email and was like, hey, I'm so sorry I wasn't at the door. And I was like, okay, well, I can take the apology. And then he asked me to deliver him another pizza, and I did, and he still wasn't there. Anna Marie, hello. I'm doing very well. I'm enjoying hanging out with all of you wonderful people this evening, so I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Oh my God, thank you, Goof Off. By the way, Goof Off, you have been a godsend while I've been playing this game. I really appreciate your very non-invasive guidance, because it has made a huge difference. So thank you for that. Also, we're going to slam a monster. I'm going to need to go ahead and slam a monster before we do this. Did you throw his pizza in a tar lake? I don't remember doing that. I watched chat 90. Oh yeah, you're totally fine, tree hugger. I think that's probably the case for a lot of people. The game is just, I know the game in this stream is generally just background fodder, which is why I love Death Stranding so much, because it provides such a wonderful background. Had a relaxing day today. I'm so glad to hear that. I really need a charge station. And there's one over there, so I think I'm going to go to that. 'Cause I want to be able to run fast. I personally hate spoilers. I even hate watching super long movie trailers, so I like to help and not invade games. Well, you do a very good job of it, Goof Off, and I appreciate it. Charge me up, baby. WDOC in the evening. All chat, all games, all night. Tonight's stream brought to you by Death Stranding and the most wonderful community in the entire world. Kardashian legs MVP. Yeah, no Kardashian legs today. Not doing those. You could maybe say I'm wearing the Jenner legs right now. So I hope I'm going the right way. Okay. All right, Deadman, what do you got for me, man?
Hey, Sam, I see you're coming up on Lake Nut. Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe. By the way, I've made more progress in a certain investigation. It seems that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments. But he did so completely unaware of their true intentions. This is pure speculation, but I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody. And after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care. In which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen, don't you think? But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her. No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges. Towards you and Amelie and anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it. Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE.
Oh,
there's no time to lose.
Wait.
Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
I've seen that too, tree hugger. I keep just not doing it. Okay, so here, okay, this is interesting. So he just said that he thinks that Amelie is an extinction event. EE is an extinction entity, which is essentially like Hartman back in the day was, remember when he was talking about how we need to go to those tar pits to understand how like the dinosaurs became extinct, that essentially like the Earth has these extinction events that wipe everything out and then reset. For those of you that played Mass Effect, you could think of it as the Reapers. They come in, they clean it out, and then we start over in terms of life. So Amelie is an extinction entity, which means that she's essentially like a harbinger of extinction. And I think he's suggesting that it may be that she's an extinction event. What's interesting is if she is an extinction event or entity, then that would mean that whatever that her motivations would be in the direction of how do we wipe everything out, which is now making me afraid of having connected the chiral network. Interesting. Okay. I don't quite know what to make of it yet, but do you have a broken heart under your arm? That is the yeah, kind of. It's the John Mayer Heartbreak Warfare heart. And then this says people have the right to fly. And Amelie was saying all that stuff about how she didn't want to do the EE thing, right? So she's an extinction entity, and she says she doesn't want to do it. Does that make her a rogue extinction entity? And then does that mean that she is all of a sudden not doing what she's supposed to do and is scrambling to try to figure out how to not start an extinction, yet that's her purpose, so she can't get away from it? So there's this giant internal conflict. That would be trippy. What a weird idea that would be. Here's this thing that is supposed to end the world, but it is somehow has enough autonomy to say, I don't want to end the world. That'd be wild. I just briefly looked at the VOD for my college's esports team, and they had some very good performances, but I bet the performance anxiety would increase with bigger events at bigger venues. It certainly could if they weren't prepared for it. Oh, that would be cool, Tally. I'm all about that. Tattoos are my jam. It has the air of predestined bullshit to it. It's just fast, like, but then it means, like, is Amelie even like a person? / is she even alive? And then, like, what are her motivation? Like, if her motivation again is to end the world, then it would be interesting. Like Higgs is still difficult for me to make sense of, because I don't know if he represents the idea of like nothing matters, and so he seems chaotic, and then Amelie is talking about as if things do matter, but if she's an extinction entity, then you would assume that she would be the one who says nothing matters. So I don't know if Higgs is just a manifestation of like a nihilistic view, and then what makes Amelie rogue is that she's looking at this saying, I'm supposed to end it, but for whatever reason it does matter to me. Or Higgs is just pissed about the pizza. You will find out these questions. Awesome. That's good to know. WDOC in Chicago. All John Mayer all the time. If I was playing music, that would probably be the case, Asti. Oh, shit. There's another storm. So hold on a second. We are going to go... Oh, but I want to go talk to Peter Englert. We're going to go talk to Peter. I don't want to go to the storm yet. Oh, there's the wall. I could totally feel the wall. Or she has the ability to end it, but make America whole with it again instead. It's an interesting thought as well. That's what my project will hopefully help them do. Recording practices for later analysis. That would be really cool, D. Time to get ready for bed. It's that time. You're up. I say you're up late, Gecko. Yeah, see, if it's tornado time, I don't really want to... I don't want to fight Cliff right now. I'm too tired for that. Oh, God. Apparently, I want to, like, lose my balance. Also, this music is really intense. I want to go talk to Peter. Brave this awful weather. It's your fault I'm up late. Uh-huh. Sure is. I know, it's just you're trying to figure out how to be as awesome as me, and I know the allure of that is too much sometimes. This is not the time, dead man.
Got a moment, Sam? It's about the director.
I don't. See, what's funny is, like, what if I didn't have a moment? Like, this is terrible timing, Deadman. I am in a mule territory, in the rain, in a storm, with Cliff hanging over me, and you're all like, hey man, you got a second?
So there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's Beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right?
Theoretically.
Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever. His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's Beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's Beach?
Sam, Hartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a Death Stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale.
The Last Stranding.
Now, Clifford
The extinction
Unger's
event.
battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion?
The meta
And what if
beach.
the beach in question were none other than Amelie's?
Yeah, but why would it be
Cliff may have summoned
hers?
the director, but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie's Beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the Last Stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Hartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's Beach to trigger the Last Stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the Last Stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam.
Okay, something tells me that Cliff's not the bad guy here.
Amelie's Beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
Nope. This feels fishy. I don't think Cliff's the bad guy. I really don't. I think it's too obviously set up for Cliff to be the bad guy, and he's not. Something tells me that Amelie is probably not good, and we've put a lot of stock in her, and we probably shouldn't have. All right, we're gonna go get this pizza. We're gonna go talk to this pizza dude. Oh boy. And then it's bedtime. It will be explained. I'm glad. That's what everybody keeps telling me, Fire. By the way, good to have you here, Fire. Wonders why Sam won't bring me a pizza. Well, I was in California, Chico. You didn't say anything while I was in California. Now I'm in the Great Plains. How are you about to drop that on me now? Come on, man. All right, here we go. Buffalo chicken pizza. That sounds awesome. I'm down for that. As long as we share it, Dirt. All right, Peter Englert, otherwise known as Higgs. Here we go. Hey, look at this. We can go. We can go in. Here we go.
You know what to do, Sam.
Do we ransack it? Do we absolutely ruin everything in Peter's bunker? Oh, man, this is cool. We've never been able to go in one of these before. Whoa. Oh.
Time for everything.
It won't.
This ain't it.
It won't let me pee. I was gonna pee on everything and it didn't work. What is this? God particle go-getter. Bridges can't make bridges. Who needs bridges? Loser. Whoa. Game over, Sam.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Flexin' Mex. Oh. What's up, dude? Whoa.
Don't slack off. There we go.
Higgs was here.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
What's up, Marshy? How the hell do you? What are you guys just popping in like, hey, now you guys know what I look like. All these pictures of me, dude. This is creepy shit. Sam. I love how he has my name on these pictures, like so to remind him that this is me. Higgs had a little something for me, didn't he? Look at this. We're gonna ransack it a little bit. Screw your chair. No wonder he was miserable. Look at this. You got to live down in this bunker. Eating pizzas. Trying to figure out where I'm going. That is some serial killer shit. Like, this is some weird stuff, man. Can you spray paint a message? No, I unfortunately don't have a paint canister. Chris said you have a beautiful voice on stream, so I decided to tune in. He wasn't lying. What do you mean you don't like my voice when we're chatting while we're playing Halo? Was there literally nothing to find? There was a memory chip on the mummy head, but that's it. There's not really anything else in here.
You still got some in the tank?
Like, I mean, I guess I can, because I can't zoom in. Oh, I guess I can.
I'd rather hold it.
Strange thing. Man, all the work that must have gone into this. Like, yeah, look at that. Hot deliveries, best deal. No, 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 no. This is so cool. Yeah, where do you get all this string? I'm surprised I didn't make string deliveries on top of the pizza. It's got like pictures of me sleeping. Look at this. Sam. Dude's obsessed. Game over, Sam. Whoa. I mean, this is quite unsettling. Makes me feel better that we took care of Higgs, I guess, but I mean, I feel loved in a really messed up way. Dude, see, oh no, look at this. See? This is like this is Higgs' stream setup. He was just trying to stream. And he was mad that his stream wasn't reaching enough people and that I was reaching people by delivering all across the country. That I have more followers and likes than he does. That's all. See, that's all this is. See, there's a stream PC down there, and he's got his stuff on his laptop. He's trying to have a cool setup. The mummy head is like his coconut man. This is how heavily he idealized me. He was just trying to make the stream. And see, you know, I have Ghost behind me. See, look at this. Look at all these parallels, right? Like I've got Ghost behind me. He's got a Neanderthal skull. I've got Coconut Man. He's got King Tut head.
1 foot.
That's all this is. He's just trying to stream down here. And because the chiral network was up, he was streaming to nobody. That's what it was. Shout out Higgs boson. What's up, Artifacts? Do you know what? Just because.
That's right. Let's just sit here for a second and meditate.
We're just gonna take a second and meditate. We're just gonna meditate here in his office. And because he's got a picture of me, let's just enjoy the win here. That I'm gonna go ahead, take a little nap. Did you guys fall asleep in this room? Because Sam sure can. Just grab the baby and go to sleep.